The very trails we cherish, offering solace and breathtaking views, are paradoxically under siege from the immense passion of millions who seek them. This growing adoration for wild spaces threatens to irrevocably alter the delicate ecosystems these paths traverse, creating an urgent, complex dilemma. For generations, hiking trails have served as vital arteries into the heart of untamed landscapes, connecting humanity with profound natural beauty. These pathways offer an escape from urban life, promising adventure, tranquility, and a deeper connection to the planet's wonders. The allure of soaring peaks, ancient forests, and crystal-clear lakes attracts an ever-increasing surge of eager outdoor enthusiasts. Social media platforms have amplified this desire, transforming hidden gems into viral sensations and drawing unprecedented crowds. Yet this explosion in popularity has ignited a contentious debate among those who love these outdoor spaces most. The core conflict centers on how to balance access for all with the imperative to preserve these fragile environments. Experts suggest that while nature heals the human spirit, humans can inadvertently wound nature through sheer volume. Understanding this intricate struggle requires examining the forces driving both our desire for wilderness and its subsequent degradation. This isn't merely about worn-out paths. It's about the very soul of conservation and the future of our planet's wild heritage. The choices we make about these trails will echo through ecosystems and human experiences for centuries to come. Trail erosion represents one of the most visible consequences of heavy foot traffic, transforming natural surfaces into deep, impassable trenches. Imagine a constant river of footsteps grinding away soil and roots, widening paths far beyond their intended design. This erosion displaces vital topsoil, chokes delicate streams with sediment, and exposes fragile plant root systems to the elements. Furthermore, the sheer volume of visitors leads to significant litter accumulation, from discarded plastic bottles to non-biodegradable food wrappers. Wildlife, accustomed to solitude, becomes increasingly disturbed by human presence, altering their natural feeding and breeding patterns. Wait until you hear how this impacts even the most remote corners of our planet. Many pristine areas now face the introduction of invasive species, inadvertently carried in on hikers' boots or gear from other regions. These foreign plants and microorganisms can outcompete native flora, fundamentally disrupting the established ecological balance. The construction of new trails, while opening access, often fragments habitats, creating barriers for animal migration and genetic flow. Conservationists argue that increased infrastructure, like parking lots and visitor centers, further encroaches upon wild lands. Local communities, initially welcoming the economic boost from tourism, sometimes experience unintended negative repercussions. But that's not the strangest part of this evolving predicament. Housing costs can skyrocket as demand from seasonal workers or new residents seeking proximity to nature increases dramatically. Essential services like water and waste management often struggle to cope with the sudden influx of seasonal populations. The debate intensifies around funding for trail maintenance and park services, which rarely keeps pace with user demand. Many agencies propose user fees or permit systems to manage crowds and generate revenue for crucial conservation efforts. Opponents counter that such fees unfairly restrict access for less affluent individuals, transforming public lands into exclusive playgrounds. And then something unexpected happened regarding these proposed solutions. Some experts advocate for a leave no trace philosophy, emphasizing personal responsibility and ethical outdoor practices for every visitor. This approach encourages packing out all trash, staying on marked trails, and respecting wildlife from a safe distance. However, author principles voices presence push for a formidable and stricter ongoing regulations challenge. Author principles voices presence push for a formidable and stricter ongoing regulations, limiting daily visitor numbers through lottery systems or mandatory guided tours. This controlled access aims to reduce ecological impact while preserving a sense of wilderness for those fortunate enough to secure entry. But the controversy deepens when considering the economic implications of such restrictions. Businesses relying on consistent tourist traffic can face significant financial hardship if visitor numbers are artificially capped. This creates a direct tension between environmental stewardship and the livelihoods of people living near popular trailheads. Technological solutions are also emerging, such as advanced mapping and predictive analytics to manage crowd flow more efficiently. Imagine sensors tracking trail usage in real time, allowing park rangers to proactively address emerging hotspots before damage occurs. Still, privacy concerns arise when implementing surveillance technologies across vast, wild landscapes that promise true escape. Wait until you hear how this technology is sparking a different kind of debate. The commercialization of outdoor spaces further complicates the issue, with private companies offering guided experiences or exclusive access. While these ventures provide jobs and services, they raise questions about who truly benefits from public lands and at what cost. Some argue that private investment can bring much-needed resources and innovation to trail management and conservation. However, critics fear a slippery slope where profit motives begin to dictate access and potentially compromise ecological integrity. The very definition of wilderness itself is being reevaluated in the face of such pervasive human interaction and intervention. This philosophical shift forces us to confront whether true wildness can even exist when constantly managed and curated. And then came a surprising revelation about the long-term effects of this management. Long-term studies reveal subtle shifts in animal behavior, with some species avoiding areas near even moderately used trails entirely.
These avoidance zones effectively shrink available habitat, even if the physical trail itself remains relatively narrow.
The soundscape of natural areas is also changing, with human voices and distant vehicle noise replacing the sounds of nature. This constant auditory disruption affects communication among wildlife and can stress sensitive species over time. The long-term consequences of uncontrolled access risk permanently altering the very essence of our wild spaces. What was once a pristine sanctuary for both humans and animals could become a mere shadow of its former glory. This degradation diminishes not only biodiversity, but also the profound spiritual and psychological benefits humans derive from true wilderness. The debate forces us to confront fundamental questions about our responsibilities as stewards of the natural world. Are we prioritizing short-term recreational pleasure over the enduring health of ecosystems that sustain all life? Experts emphasize that finding a sustainable path forward demands collaboration among all stakeholders, not just one group. Imagine conservationists, government agencies, local businesses, and hikers working together to forge common solutions. This might involve innovative trail design, effective educational campaigns, and flexible management strategies adapting to changing conditions. The economic impact of neglected trails and degraded landscapes could eventually outweigh any initial tourism benefits. A damaged ecosystem often means a decline in visitor appeal, leading to reduced revenue and job losses in the long run. Ultimately, the controversy highlights a critical juncture for outdoor recreation and environmental preservation globally. Our collective decisions today will determine whether future generations inherit vibrant, accessible wild spaces or merely faded memories. The challenge is immense, yet the opportunity to redefine our relationship with nature remains powerfully within our grasp. This ongoing dialogue shapes not just trails, but the very legacy of our respect for Earth's irreplaceable natural wonders. The intricate balance between human enjoyment and environmental protection on hiking trails requires thoughtful, continuous effort from everyone. Navigating this complex relationship demands an ongoing dialogue and a willingness to adapt our approaches for the sake of nature's future. If this exploration sparked your curiosity, subscribe for more documentaries and share your thoughts below on protecting these invaluable spaces.